Hi, I'm Simon Rushton and this is Taxi Chronicles Podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another story. Actually, a pair of riders actually, and quite a few stories. We've got a very bubbly lady, beautiful lady here. She said her ring fell off when she got into the taxi, but I believe she's found it now. And an interesting guy behind us. And we're there from, was it Zambia? Zambia. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about Africa and what it's like. And obviously, for those who know me, I've travelled a bit. And we're just carrying on the conversation. Here you go.
Okay, so what do we do?
So, no, we're just talking.
Just carry on.
So,
okay.
What's life like in Zambia for you?
Okay, now listen. I've lived 28 years of my life in Zambia.
Yeah.
Now, we've got maids, we've got servants, okay? Now, when we were back home, we never really appreciated them because that was the way we were brought up. We were brought up that way and we never knew anything different. All we knew was born, servants, bath the children, garden boy, house boy, cook, blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell you something. When I came to this country, when I was 28 years old, I realized that bloody hell, we really misunderstood these servants and misunderstood the maids. Because here we come to this country, we do everything for ourselves. Now when I go to Zambia on holiday, oh, you know what? These people, I look after them in a different kind of way. I will never let a maid wash my shoes. I'll go outside, take my water, but then the maid will come to me and say, "Madam, you can't do that by yourself." And I'll say, "You know what? You sit down and watch me. You watch how I wash my shoes." You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the maid is like, "Oh, madam, you can't do that." But to me, because I've lived all these years without these maids and servants, my life is different when I go back to Africa.
Yeah, I had the same.
I find it so hard to let them do things in front of my eyes when we are just all one people. Mm-hmm. I know they need money. They got to get paid. Because if we don't have these mates in Africa, they won't get paid. But we got to start respecting these people when we go home. We got to give them proper respects. They are not just, I don't know how to explain it, but I give them 100 plus respect when I go back home.
What's the biggest thing you learned when you came to England apart from
that? Like what? Like
just anything. What is there anything you learned when you said you came to England when you were 28? You've spoken about the servants. Is there anything else that you learned? And you can jump in as well, my friend.
You know what I've learned? I've learned we who lived back home respected each other more than when we came to England. Here in England, because of this vast cultures, everybody just lives for themselves. Everybody just does things for themselves. But in back home, we always helped each other. You know, like when somebody died, you know, we never had this thing where we had to have a death policy or a life insurance. Because the more people you knew came and buried you. You find the next door neighbor will buy the coffin. So now when I came to England and then my mom said, "Caroline, before you die, you better do a life insurance." I thought, what? Why must I do life insurance? Well, I'm not dead yet. It's bad luck. Mm-hmm. But no, it's not bad luck. This is what you have to do here in England. But back home, I swear, people bury their own. Where the money comes from, where the food comes from, nobody knows. But people bury. That's another thing that I really found, that I couldn't handle here was everybody is on his own. When somebody dies, you have to have this funeral, people, $6,000, whatever.
Even me, just to come into that, yeah. What I've found since I've come to England, King, there is no love in the black community, King. And I'm talking about my own family, even my own blood family, King. You come to England here, it's like no one wants to know each other. Nobody wants to know each other. You know what I'm saying, King? Right now, I'm on my face, King. You know, little things happen, but guess who's there for me? My aunt. Only my aunt is there for me. Not my dad, not this auntie, not this one, only this one woman. But before, family was family, King. So when people come here, they just, I don't know what happens, King. Do you know what I mean? There's no love no more.
They adapt to
there's no love.
The Western way of
because there's no. And the funny thing is, over here, I've got more white friends than nigger friends. How does that make sense? Because when I sorry to use that word nigger, but black people, I mean black friends, yeah? These guys will treat me better than even these other guys. Why? Because dumb, I've made myself a little bit better. So much jealousy, King. And one thing I've seen in us black people, us black race, whatever you want to call us, G, you need to stop hating each other and show more love, man. Show more love. Okay. That's one thing I believe. Trust me, there's no love. Even in my own family, from my own family. That's what I'm judging.
But then, Dominic, one thing you must also remember, to get love, you got to give it. If you don't give love, you're not going to get it back.
But I've always lived
Look at my life. People think all I do is just drink. But you know what, Dominic? Me, I will talk to anybody. Rags, riches, you name it. Me, I'll go. I'll be humble myself, and I'll talk to anybody. People also here, they pick and choose who they're gonna talk to. Oh, look at that woman, she's dancing on the street.
You've just proved
look at that woman, got a bottle of wine in her hand. Oh, look at her. Me, you can have a bottle of hand, you can have a beer in your hand, you can have a spliff in your mouth. I will still come say, are you having a good day? Are you right? No. So also I believe that even although we left home where there was so much love back home, I still found love in this country, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I still found love in this country because of the person I am. I worked in a charity shop for Scope. And I tell you, the African women that came in that shop when I was a manager, when they were short of £1, £5, you name it, I said, go. Because me, the way I'm looking at it, it's a charity shop. Look after, charity means, you know, they say charity begins at home. It doesn't always begin at home. It maybe begins in your shop. Just a little thing, a £1. Somebody short of a £1, and you tell that person, you know what, it's okay, just go. Those are the little things that we miss in this world we live in. You can go to an Indian shop and be short of 2p. That man will not let you take those things out of his shop. 2p. No, listen, I'm telling you.
I know what you're saying.
Me, I've been in a shop where I've been short of 5p, and the man takes off maybe like a packet of crisps. And he says, oh, okay, I'll take the crisp. I said, it's 5p. And then maybe somebody behind me will go, okay, I'll pay the 5p. You know what I mean? But that shopkeeper will not. So tomorrow, I'm not going back to that shop.
No.
So it's the same with us in life. If you give somebody aggro, they're not going to talk to you tomorrow. They don't even want to know the hell who you are, because all you've given them is aggro. But when you give the genuine person love, I swear you get that love back. And that's what I believe, whether we're in Africa, whether we're here in the UK, wherever you are in the world, show some love, you get love back. And that's what a lot of us are missing in us.
Go on.
No, sorry, carry on.
Would you go back to would you go back to Africa to live, or would you stay here?
You know what? I'll be very honest with you.
I'm in the cabinet.
If I had to go back to Africa, I must have a lot of money to back me. Because
soon come, yeah? Boom.
For me to go back to Africa without money, I will need a home. I will need, you can't just go back with nothing. But if I had to win the lottery tomorrow, I am going back to home tomorrow. And you know what? You know what I will do? God strike me dead if I'm lying. If I have maids, a garden, you know, when I have dinner, they'll sit on my table. We'll eat together. My bathroom will be their bathroom. Where I sleep, they will sleep. Do you know what I mean? And all those ghettos, you see those children, I would even like to go and open a soup kitchen. You know my dream? Open a soup kitchen.
I wouldn't open a soup kitchen. What I would do, I would build something that helps them. So for instance, when I was in Kenya, I see a lot of people make stuff, handcraft.
Yes.
And that would sell around the world. So I say to him, okay, I'm going to build this, like, I'm going to help you sell these, but we're going to employ local other people to work with you. Do you understand?
And then employ
so it's sustainable. It's sustainable.
Yes.
So thing, and then what we say, a percentage of this money is going to go towards education. And it's going to be educating you and the other young people.
Yes, okay.
You understand? Because if you give people charity, they take it and forget it.
Yeah. Okay, I see what. I see where you're coming from.
Unless it's little children, I don't do charity like that.
Okay, I see what
adults, anybody's like mid-teens up, you have to learn to earn your worth.
Okay, I understand.
Can you explain what you try to do for your nieces in Malawi? What you spent? Explain what you did.
You know, last year I got nieces in Malawi, so they're always asking for money. Oh, Auntie Caroline, we need money for this, we need the money for this, money. So what I did, you know those drums that you freight to Zambia?
Even to Jamaica, you know
the blue drums.
The blue, yeah.
So I filled them up with all brand new stuff. And I thought, well, let me send these girls 2 drums, let them sell them, and then I'll keep on sending the drums so they can also be self-sufficient, pay their rents, have enough food, and just send me back my freight money. What I freighted the things, 2 drums, they send me back £100. And up till today, I've never seen any money. So you see now, I've cut those girls out.
And what they say?
I don't talk to them anymore. Because they robbed my money as well, innit?
They're just complaining.
And you know what the funny thing is, King? She's got 2 drums waiting to go for them, innit?
If they sold those things, they were going to be self-sufficient. And no more begging for money.
They saw a quick change, King. See a quick change?
They were so clever and they thought, you know what? We're not sending my auntie back any money. We're going to sell the
2 drums are still sitting there from last year, still sitting there for them. Still sitting, is it?
So for them. Now, if I have to help anybody, I'll help somebody I don't know. You know what I mean?
Did you explain in detail to them?
Yes, I said, since people are always struggling for money and your rent and food, I'll start supplying you clothes, shoes, handbags, blah, blah, blah. And then you girls sell the things, pay your rent, have enough for food, and then the rest send it back to me. So I can load the drums again and send back some more drums. Oh my God. It was like I talked Chinese to them. They never heard me. So now I can't do any business with them. So now this is sometimes what Africans do. They bite the hand that feeds them.
Well, that's not just Africans, that's people in general.
Well, people in general.
Yeah, I hear you.
But people are more hungry. People are more hungry.
Even some people here, I've helped some people here.
I beg to differ. I've been places and seen people just as hungry in Africa as in Africa as other places. So I beg to differ on that one, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So it's hard. You try to help and then they bite your hand. Then you think, okay, I can't help them anymore. Then they start asking you for money and you think, you can't ask me for any more money. I've already done my fair share.
Well, thanks a lot.
No, Kim,
that was a great interview.
Simon.
Where's 27B?
Much appreciated. We hope you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth and has done for many years, it holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday, with a guest investor, and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.